I welcome you all again to Ramadan Reflections on Hijab of the Hearts Anchored in Light, which aimed at strengthening resilience in our community. And today, I would like us to reflect deeply on an important conversation that really matters. And let me start this way. When the endings became the beginnings, what message does the last 15 verses in Surah AS-SAAD, which is Quran chapter 38, leave in the hearts of mankind? These last 15 verses raise some important conversation between God and Shaitan. And I want us to look at the fitna or the fitna in woman's hearts, or the fluctuation in the hearts of mankind. So, what does it mean? What does the fitna mean in today's world, and as well, what does it mean for humanity in today's world? Let me put it that way. You must have noticed recently in the last couple of the Ramadan reflection that I've been posting or talk about, I've been highlighting that, or I've been using the phrase that faith is not faith until it is tested and lived. So now the question that follows is that how can faith be tested, or how is faith tested, and also where does faith live? This might be interesting question. However, it calls our attention to something much more deeper that has big meaning for humanity and mankind in general. So, to start with, how is our faith, or how has our faith been tested for those of us who have experienced it in the past? Firstly, tests come in various forms. For example, through trials, temptations, tribulations, and tests itself, because our own community, our family member can be our own test as well. Then, how do we respond to all these tests, challenges, or trials, tribulations? Firstly, maybe through your patience, which is Zabur, we call it Zabur in Islam, patience and endurance, or also even through our Iman, which is the faith itself. So the response, or how we respond to any test or challenges, is through Zabur, be patient, and also our Iman, the faith that we have about such situation or circumstances. So moving forward to the probing question, which is, where does faith live? And obviously it is in the hearts. So why do I keep raising that question is what I want us to delve into more deeply. And that's why I use that last 15 verses of Surah AS-SAAD, which is Quran 38. Particularly, let's go to verse 83, where Shaitan made a promise to God after he has already requested for permission to have his own, should I call it army or disparatus? Anyway, then he made a promise to follow that request, that he will torment the mind of mankind, however, with exemption to those who are chosen by God, the MUKHLASEEN. Let me put it that way. So, since Shaitan have made that promise, and looking into the world of today and the humanity ecosystem in general, we see the rising in disturbance, the distractions, um, the deceits in the hearts of human being, the falsehood as well, and calamity, chaos, just extend the list. So all this, to me, when I was reflecting on that chapter 38, they are all tied to that promise, to that last conversation in the last 15 verses of that chapter. So the ending of that chapter is what became the beginning of the trouble in the world of mankind today. So that's the way I see it, and that's where I'm putting it. So the chaos and the calamity that has been, we have been experiencing recently, when the heart is so disturbed, is, distressed. So we increasingly experience, challenges in both political, social, and economic issues, surrounding economic issues as well. So what are the effects in our society of this on humanity in general? It's, for example, at the macro level, we look at conflict, war, and you can even say division. Increasingly, every political party, they are trying to, let me don't go too deep into that anyway. But division, let's put it generally, trying to divide us. Okay. Then on the micro level, we can also say something like hypocrisy, fake accusations, false information, fake news, as well as intermediate level, like we have displacements and also disorientations as well. And this now move us down to Ramadan reflections or reminder of today. When the Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam warned mankind that there will be even increase in temptations and tribulations when during the time of Wali Asri, not the Izan or Lafi Usri. I mean, during the end time, there will be more of it. And recently, we have been experiencing that for the last few decades now. So, and it's even getting bigger and bigger and bigger. So that is why this reflection in particular of today is important. I want us to take a deep rethink. Let's reflect deeply into those last 15 verses, and let us all remind ourselves, what does it mean for humanity? What does it mean for the world of today? And how can we, in our own way, resolve all these crises, for a unified and stronger resilience community of the Ummah? So, since the Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam have warned us about the increase in fitnah, okay, now it's more important for us as mankind to connect our internal faith, which is our hearts, with our external activities, which is our deeds or our actions, our good deeds specifically. We now need to start increasingly connect or link the two of them together. So that is very important. And also from our responsibilities, right, from fulfilling our responsibilities to, raising due diligence, is something we should incorporate as well. We should be conscious of Allah, we should have the fear of Allah while we are delivering our responsibilities within the family, at the community level, at the political level, economic level, social level, every aspect of life, intellectually, socially, academically, spiritually, strategically, add to the list. So now we should also remember that we should keep the primary key to a unified and stronger, harmonious, healthy community is the hearts, which in order to improve or to strengthening resilience of the Ummah, we all need our hearts to be protected and our intention to be purified for both social, economic, and political stability. Thank you for your time. Bye for now. Wassalam.